Yo, what's up guys, it's Andos here and welcome back to the channel. Hope you are having a good day or night wherever you are in the world. In today's episode, we are going to talk about how to improve at Call of Duty Warzone. On my Warzone journey from a bot to now a half decent player, there were definitely a few important things I did along the way to help me get better. Today, I'm going to share what really helped me break through those plateaus and what I did to get better results, just so you don't make the same mistakes I did when it comes to progression. So by the end of the video, hopefully you can utilize some of these methodologies into your game to get you to the next level. Before we get into it though, remember to smash the like button if you do enjoy the vibes and the tips and tricks. Sub to the YouTube channel for more weekly Warzone content. Follow me on Twitch at AndosGaming TV. Come say hello. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer on stream as well. Remember to check out the AndosGaming merch. Get yourself some AndosGaming t-shirts or hoodies to support the channel. With the intro out of the way, let's begin. Tip number 1, get used to fighting multiple enemies. When it comes to fighting full squads, a lot of people think, no way, this is not a good idea. I can't even win my one-on-one gunfights. Well, as funny as this sounds, when you start fighting multiple enemies by yourself, you start to build more confidence as you progress. When you can take out a duo, trio, or quad squad by yourself, something inside you changes. You get a bit of a spring in your step and you start having a bit of swag to your gameplay and you start walking around like this. Once you start progressing and you get used to fighting multiple enemies at once, your one-on-one gunfights will feel much easier. There won't be as much pressure, which can help you stay more relaxed. You feel more confident since you're only fighting one target. So when it comes to fighting multiple targets, solo pushing full squads, this is what I recommend. Do it when you're feeling good. If you're super tired, you're down bad, you're in a sweaty lobby, or you're just having one of those sessions where nothing is going right, you don't need to push the envelope all the time. Play with your teammates and work together, or you're just going to get burnt out. It's not going to always be fun. Kind of judge how you're feeling. If you're feeling good, your mechanics are feeling sharp, your lobby's not a sweat fest, start pushing full squads by yourself. When it comes to pushing full squads, Rebirth is a really good option to do this when you split from your squad and play solo. I'm low-key addicted to Rebirth at the moment due to the amount of gunfights I can get in. I'm just trying to build my gunfight skills and eventually I will be going back to the big map. There are respawns on Rebirth anyway, so you can always come back in case pushing a full squad doesn't work out. I do this all the time and it does help me improve. Another thing I do is I set up a bot lobby in Modern Warfare. I set up a team deathmatch scenario where it's a 1v5 situation. This means I'm just versing 5 bots by myself. I just get the reps in. I try to kill bots while staying alive. I rotate the maps around and just have multiple enemies pushing at once. So when I play Warzone, it doesn't feel too unfamiliar and I can remain calm. That's probably one of the biggest things when fighting multiple enemies. The ability to stay calm and make good decisions are essential. I also modify some settings. With max health, I put it at 250 and I'll also allow revives to bleed out just so it replicates the scenarios just like Warzone. I'm just going to break down a scenario where I'm versing a full squad, just sharing my thought process to hopefully help you in your own gameplay as well. So I spot a full squad ahead, so I use my precision airstrike to cause the enemy team to split. I start shooting and I instantly realize I'm way too out in the open, especially against 4 people, so I dip to the left to get some cover. Right now, I'm just trying to remain calm. Even though it's a 1v4 scenario, I basically need a pick before I can really make my next move, is the thought that's going through my head. I try to isolate the gunfight by using cover and cutting off the left side. I'm really hoping this person will pop his head out. This is where I'm questioning my life choices. My aim is horrible and I can't seem to get it down. I still remain calm and try to get it down. I'm pretty low on ammo, so these last few shots are vital. I managed to get the down, 3 to go. Now I start rotating in and try to finish off the rest. I know that one person will likely go for the revive, so I need to fight the other 2. At this point, I'm trying to predict the enemy will peek this spot, so I need some headshots. Sweet, I get a headshot, so the second person is down, 2 left to go. At this point, I want a full send. I don't want to let the enemy team recover. I spot someone in the window and get a couple shots in. I swing to the left, see if I can get a better angle. The enemy runs around the corner, so I keep attacking. This is where I get pretty lucky. I'm pretty sure this was just instinct. I know the other enemy will be pushing me from the right. If I was them, I would do the same. I would flank. Making that read, I immediately turn to the right. What do you know? The enemy appears. So I slide cancel towards the target and go for the kill. You're probably thinking, this is unrealistic, it's impossible to wipe full squads all the time. And you're right, people just often show you the highlights where the successful squad wipes occur, but I guarantee there has been many failed attempts beforehand. The important thing is just giving it a go. You'll find it challenging, but it will be very rewarding at the same time. You will improve as a player. In the background is some gameplay just to show a realistic view that it's not always going to go your way, but as mentioned, it's important to give it a go. Put yourself out there out of your comfort zone when it comes to pushing full squads. Before we move on to the next tip, another thing I would recommend you do is to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, sub to the YouTube channel to join the gang, and check me out on Twitch at AndosGaming TV so we can vibe out live. Let's continue. Tip number 2, watch pro players and take notes. This is something I do a lot when I have some spare time. I watch my favorite streamer / YouTuber and I literally pretend I'm an esports coach and take down notes on what pros do really well and then try to implement certain elements into my own gameplay. For me, while I'm watching, I try to think what I would do in this scenario that's happening in the gameplay, and if the pro does something different and gets a really good result, then I'm like, wow, I just get super impressed. I jot it down and I learn as much as I can. I know you can watch your favorite streamer / YouTuber for entertainment purposes. I do that a lot just to turn off from the world and enjoy my favorite content creator. But from time to time, I like to get my notepad out and write things down on what pro players do really well, what habits they do often, and try to use those techniques in my own gameplay as well. Tip number 3, audio. I can't stress enough, audio should be your top priority when playing Warzone. When it comes to settings, I go with midnight mode. For me, I find it easier to hear footsteps when I have this setting on. I turn the music down to 100%. I don't need music blasting in my ears while I'm trying to hear footsteps. Also, side tip, I put my hit marker sound to classic. I think it's easier to hear when you're hitting your shots with classic, which is super important to help you keep your aim on point. Anyways, when playing Warzone, when you're able to utilize audio to know people's location, it's like having an extra superpower. You don't need to do this, but the way I practice, again, is using my custom bot lobbies in Modern Warfare. I do the TDM scenario 1v5 practice. I turn the audio pretty loud, no music, and I just get used to hearing footsteps. When people are pushing you and what direction the enemy is coming from, that's what you want to get used to. Another great indicator is the sound of the footsteps depending on what surface your enemy is stepping on. For example, if your target is walking on metal stairs, it's going to sound way different. Try to pay attention to the different sounds to help you pinpoint locations. You also want to have your audio loud. Your teammates need to be a bit lower so you can still hear footsteps. Another thing as well is try to keep your audio level from session to session consistent, just so you're familiar with the sound levels. Let's break down a situation where I use audio to my advantage. So I'm just on the rooftop trying to look for some enemies. I managed to get the down and I hear some def comms that kind of hurt my feelings.
I bet you've got the skinniest legs.
Bro, this guy said, I bet you have the skinniest legs.
Emotional damage!
Anyways, this is where I hear footsteps to my right. Let's rewind it in case you didn't hear the footsteps. As you can see, it's quite distinct. I know the enemy is around the corner, so I immediately attack sprint into a jump shot and I managed to get the kill. How rude, bro. How rude, man. As shown in the example, I didn't see the enemy, however, I was able to pinpoint the target's location off sound. Being able to master your hearing will definitely help you improve as a Warzone player. Remember to work on this skill and pay close attention to footsteps when fighting it out on the battlefield. That is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed the content. I do apologize if this video was a bit late. There's been a lot of family stuff going on and work has been super busy, but I should be back on track from here on out. When it comes to improving at Warzone, as mentioned, remember to start pushing multiple enemies. It really does take your skill to the next level when you're comfortable fighting full squads. Remember, it's not always going to work out when you're fighting multiple enemies, but you do get better if you keep trying and learning from your mistakes. If you do have Modern Warfare, remember to train in bot lobbies, TDM 1v5 scenarios as mentioned in the video. That should help you improve your mechanics. Anyways, I wish you guys all the best and good luck on the Warzone.